10,000 years ago, the ancient civilizations who planted the world's first potatoes and domesticated the cat and the sheep probably had no idea about a quaint location being born in the Baltic Sea. The Estonian island of Saaremaa. The inhabitants of Saaremaa, known then as Osilians and today as saarlased, were considered to be among the most feared pirates and warriors of ancient Europe. They were skillful seamen, raiders and traders. These islanders were also called the Estonian Vikings, whose fearsome dance of the battle axe left the Danes and the Swedes quaking. Saaremaa became one of the richest places in ancient Europe. And although the islanders infuriated all of their neighbours one way or another, somehow they survived Swedish, Danish, German and Russian domination. Stubbornness, humour and the local homemade beer always helped them out. Hi, my name's Karol. I'm a true islander and I'm your guide today. The Soviet occupation didn't allow mainland Estonians to visit Saaremaa, a forbidden territory. These rockets were used to protect islanders from tourists for 50 years. But since there were no tourists, they rusted. These here are Red Army fortifications. Border guards aimed their guns at fictitious enemies from here. Today, people aim their cameras. Birds were the only enemies, and they were shooting from above. The islanders kept fit, and they took up singing and dancing. The occupying forces thought that the islanders had gone mad and moved its army eastwards voluntarily, leaving several gloomy attractions behind. Whatever happened, happened, but the island remained. People are coming over now, arriving by plane, cruise ship, yacht, by car, bus, motorcycle or bicycle, using anything that moves. Some might even tie their things to their head and swim just to get here. Aye! Flatfish! Damn! The ferry remains the most popular means of transportation across the channel. They love their sprat sandwiches. Try not to speed when you come to Saaremaa. You might crush your car, like this one here. Coming off the ferry, you'll see a striped door in front of you. This is Muhu Island, Saaremaa's little brother. Translated as Bumpland, a place where time rests. Padaste Manor is one of the beautiful attractions of Muhumaa. This is probably one of the Baltic's most marvellous and luxurious hotels and spas, which has gained a reputation all over Europe for its magical atmosphere. You will also notice Muhu Church, an early Gothic church dating back to 1267 in the island's largest village, Liiva village. In this unique village, Koguva, tourists can see how people lived on the island in the old days. It turns out that Koguva village on the west coast of Muhumaa is one of the distinguished examples of Estonian folk culture. Free peasants lived here in 1532. It's almost improper to be here without a national costume. And whoever wants to get together has to come to Koguva. I've been put to work. The women want to go to the sauna and they need to be warmed up. Well, that wasn't exactly jazz music, but it seems that there is a jazz music summer house just here in Nautse village in Muhumaa, as well-known musicians gather here every year to play music in this beautiful farmyard. Well, we've been around Muhumaa for a bit now. Now it's time to see what's happening in Saaremaa. Let's cross over Vaintam. Don't worry about making a mistake. Muhu's door will always be open to you. Saaremaa, Seawise Island, 8,000 years of heritage and culture. Here we are. Let's take a closer look at an islander. The islander, or saarlane, is as sturdy as a rock here. He may be small, but he's strong. All islanders are nice people, and if you want to get to know one, you must learn this word, kena, nice. Islanders use this word the most. They say, kena meal, kena drink, kena beer, kena young lady. Really kena. Kena corpse. And someone might say that everything is kena.
Kena saanale.
Kena cake.
And yet everything is kena. So what really makes Saaremaa, where everything is so nice, so desirable? The best answer is to come and see for yourself. Because nowhere else can you find out how Saaremaa's juniper smells, and how that juniper berry, karakamari, tastes. It's a word game. As most of the junipers grow in Saaremaa, there aren't as many of them left elsewhere. In a saare sauna, you have to use a juniper twig because it makes the skin soft and makes you happy and healthy. Feels good. Most souvenirs are made of juniper. The dolomite that is the island's foundation was used for good by the ancients who learned how to use it in architecture and in the home. They surrounded their homes with stone fences, and in addition to a rich harvest, you'll find stone fences in the fields as well. The countryside in Saaremaa is beautiful through all 4 seasons. It provides plenty of delightful sights and sounds. An example of the uniqueness that is Saaremaa is this small flower. This is the only place in the world where it grows, the Saaremaa rattlebox. True, it's quite a plain plant, but it confirms that Saaremaa's nature is untouched and worth seeing. One of the best birdwatching sites in Estonia is located in Saaremaa. After Muhu, Saaremaa has 3 other little siblings that you can visit. One of the oldest national parks in Estonia is in Vilsandi. There are many hiking paths and birdwatching towers throughout the park. Abruka Island may only be 8 square kilometers, but it has a rich countryside. Ruhnu's wooden church, built in 1644, is one of the oldest wooden buildings in Estonia. You can travel to Ruhnu either by plane or catch a regular boat to Ringsu harbour. Islanders have always been tough fishermen. Look at that! A flatfish is coming. And look how it flaps! Some days the fish bite better. This is every fisherman's dream. Eel as big as a man's arm. Without this, a trip to Saaremaa would not be complete. Smoked flatfish, which also tastes good to Saaremaa's other inhabitants. Grey seals. These are curious animals, quite common in these waters, who cause a lot of headaches for the local fishermen. Its rich fauna lures in hunters from around the world during the hunting season, and whoever wants to try his hand and can present a permit always leaves the island with a big trophy. Every man hits the mark in Saaremaa if he's man enough. You can see mostly wild boars, foxes, goats, and Saaremaa's main pride, deer, walking in the woods through your car window. More than half of Estonia's deer population lives here. If you're not interested in woodlands or sea, you won't be disappointed, because here in the capital of Saaremaa, Kuressaare, is everything you might need and more. What more might your heart desire? Beautiful weather? Happy people? Many attractions. And honestly, we have a great nightlife happening here. Dancing and partying and music and all of that. The glory of the city is one of the best preserved citadels in the entire Baltic region. In fact, the islanders call it a castle, Kuressaare Episcopal Castle, which was built in the 14th century. The castle's Gothic-style convent is the only medieval castle building remaining without significant modifications. Kuressaare Castle Festival, or Lossipäivad, have also become popular. People walk together to the castle courtyard, where historical events are played out. Saaremaa Museum is located here now, and folk and rock concerts are held in the castle courtyard, including Kuressaare's famous opera days, where world-famous singers and theatre companies have performed. Spring is heralded by a fun and folksy undertaking, a boat rally, where you ride to the finish in a homemade boat. Midsummer Eve has always been special. Soon we'll all be jumping over the traditional fire. It's said to bring good luck. The greatest fires are here in Saaremaa. Fire warms up bodies. Saaremaa is also famous for its local beer. Õletorve is now a big annual beer festival. After all, islanders have been great beer makers through the ages. The sea days, or merepäivad, have a long tradition, where royal yachts and sea lovers from across the world come for a visit. Islanders like to have a paddle in one hand and a leg in a rowing boat. As you can see, restoring old boats and building new ones is highly regarded on this island today. And these rusty old boats will soon be fixed by the islanders and will look brand new. Saaremaa has miles of beautiful hiking and biking trails. All you have to do is type www.visitsaaremaa.ee into your computer or smartphone, and a great selection of the most beautiful and exciting places with recommendations and tips will be open to you. If you wish to quickly connect with friends back home, all you have to do is open your computer and have a seat on a tree stump, as Saaremaa's woods are nicely covered by Wi-Fi. Oh! The Saaremaa Rally should happen in the autumn. The Saaremaa Rally is a major international sports attraction which brings together the fastest drivers from around the world. Horse riding has been popular for centuries. The countryside and woodland trails are perfect for that. You can find horse stables where you can ride all over the place. The stables offer both simple riding hikes and training. Sledging is especially fun in the winter. Those who wish to exercise secretly can rent a tennis court and play until they drop. Surfing of all kinds is also great fun. And where are you? Saaremaa's golf course is also up to world standards. If time is tight on the island, rent a car, and you can cover the island in a day. You definitely must go to see an unbelievable natural wonder, Kali Lake. There is no other place in the world where a meteorite has landed on a populated place. This is what happened in Saaremaa about 3,000 years ago. The landing spot is today marked by the lake that emerged there. Seeing this lake is an absolute must during your debut visit to Saaremaa. There is one other lake worth seeing in Saaremaa as well. This is Saaremaa's oldest lake, Kuressaare, which according to legend emerged by the rain sent by an ancient god to separate a fight between 7 bears. The bears ran away from the rain in different directions, leaving 7 corners, some of which are now popular swimming spots. Judging by the abundance of churches, the islanders have a strong religious background. In every big parish, people were able to make up for their sins in peace on Sunday mornings. Today, there are more than 15 big churches. Kielkona's church is special because the clock tower was built separately. Big, like that. And it makes itself heard every lunchtime. Saaremaa's past abundance and connection to the affluent world is witnessed by the multitude of manors across the island. Unfortunately, with the passage of time, most of the historical contents, including walls, have faded away. You shouldn't worry about finding a place to stay overnight. Every island has lots of goods people who will gladly place you in their guest house and feed you a hearty meal. But let's return to Kuressaare. Kuressaare can be called the capital of Estonian spa. Saaremaa's spas offer year-round treatment and relaxation packages, delicious a la carte meals, guided tours of the island, and excellent and friendly service. Windmills, one of the symbols of island life, draw you closer and closer with the flapping of their wings. Facts speak for themselves. Saaremaa is a special place for Estonians too. Its beauty and purity are exactly what entices many mainlanders there every summer. Or maybe it's the isolation typical to the island that gives a comfy and slightly magical feeling. That you're somewhere else and yet everything is so homey and warm. As mainlanders sing, there's no better time and place on this earth than a summer in Saaremaa. Just never expect an islander to tell you where he gets his mushrooms or berries. It's a secret.